Welcome back to our Twitter video for 206-208 Sports. I'm with Jeff. This is our first Twitter video.
Guys, welcome back to another 206-208 Sports video. Sorry, I had to change my name right there, changing it to Jeffrey. Hopefully, you guys are liking the content that we're posting over on YouTube. And today we have just exclusively on X today, Boise State content. Obviously, the team that has been pretty controversial, I got one player that's controversial, but you know, well, we're talking about Heisman in terms of
Okay.
controversy with the Heisman. Yeah. One player who has taken the spotlight nationally and has really, propelled this team into a, contender for the playoff.
Yeah, I don't think he does anything controversial, but from the national perspective, there's something bigger than it should be, right? The
Yeah.
Travis Hunter comments. Um, what a great time to have a bye week last week. Coming home from Hawaii and then all of those distractions with Travis Hunter.
Well,
So
it's Travis Hunter. There's a lot of other people out there who still think that it's a quarterback award. And
it is.
you know,
In my honest opinion, Dylan Gabriel will win the Heisman Trophy, and Genty can't do anything about it.
wow.
Look at that schedule. Who do they
Yeah.
play besides Ohio State again,
Um,
right? Who do they
they play
play that's
UW.
oh my gosh. He's gonna go put up some numbers against some, fraudulent top 25 teams, cough, cough, Illinois. So it's going to be interesting. But Genty basically almost beat Oregon by himself, right? Madsen didn't play good. The defense played well. Special
Yeah.
teams piss poor. So you want to know what? I do think Ashton Genty deserves it, but I'm thinking, as a voter, I'm going to vote for a 13-0, 12-1 quarterback. But in my personal opinion, if I casted a vote, it would be for Ashton Genty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Genty too. Um, Let us know in the comments, retweet this, quote tweet this on who you guys think should win the Heisman. Um, that's it's obviously a huge debate right now. And yes, Travis Hunter is having a really great season. Genty's putting up numbers that nobody's really put up. And it's crazy. It's we don't really have words to describe how great he's been.
I think you got to give credit to this Boise State offensive line, though.
Yeah.
This is a power four offensive line stuck in the group of five. They are pushing dudes left and right. Blocking schemes have been great. I'm pleased with the play calling. I mean, this is like Brian Harsin era, Chris Peterson now. We're not into this Andy Avalos era. That was like last year, that those last 3 years were very hard for me as a fan, but it feels good knowing that we're sitting at 5-1 going into probably the biggest game of the year
Yeah,
left.
yeah, for sure. Boise State has a lot of momentum, a lot of, things that are going for them. I had to get some blue sand to show that, uh, that I'm going for Boise State the rest of the year. UW,
Yeah.
sorry, your season's over.
So
Got some
you're a
blue
Boise
sand.
State fan now?
Well, yeah, they've moved up to my second favorite team. I don't really, unfortunately, I think UW is rebuilding for a minute. By a minute, I
So
mean
there,
a big
there you
company.
guys go, folks. I got him converted. Basically, I rooted for UW last year. They were we both lived in Washington, an hour and a half away from Seattle. I kind of, liked rooting for Washington when it was convenient. So, welcome aboard. But
Yeah,
we got to talk about this game because this is the game of the year for Boise State. And actually, in my honest opinion, if this was a Saturday game, College Game Day would be in Vegas.
yeah,
What's your thoughts on it?
yeah. Definitely a huge game for Boise State. I think it's going to be, one of those games where you had great momentum early in the year. We're playing really good. Took Oregon down to the wire, who's the number one, right? They're number one. Can't believe I'm even saying that out loud.
Yeah.
But
And
to
you
kind of
predicted that. You predicted them to play them tough.
yeah, yeah. I think it's kind of crazy to think about. And I think at Boise State, they're just going to roll. I think they're going to win. Um, my score prediction, we're going to go with a 38 to 24 win for Boise State.
Oh, that's a if that happens, Jeff, I will be a very happy person for 6 to 7 days. I see this game very differently. Um, First off, I think UNLV is the most complete team in this conference. I think they are well coached. They got one of the best receivers in the country. They got a great linebacker. I think this UNLV team is really good. The problem is, and this is good for Boise State, they're coming off of a bye. UNLV has a short week. Also, they're playing in Allegiant Stadium. That's where UNLV plays their home games. I expect this to be a 50-50 crowd. Boise State travels well. Another thing I'm expecting is special teams. Costas versus Oregon. This Ricky White kid on UNLV has 4 block punts this year. Make it 5 or 6. I see this game getting swayed by this and then turnovers. UNLV forces a lot of turnovers, but Boise State doesn't turn it over. But Boise State doesn't force turnovers too. So you're listening to this thinking, oh my gosh, if UNLV like plays up to their potential, they're a good run stopping defense, it could go south. But in my honest opinion, Boise State has played a better team. I think Washington State's better, and I think Oregon's better.
Yeah.
And I think Ashton Genty will have another big game. And I think the defense will make enough plays. I just pray that the special team shows up because if they show up well, Boise State wins this game 38-28. If they do not, I mean, we're talking about a 31-28 loss for Boise State, and the season is over. Well, you could still win your conference, but I'm more of an optimistic approach. I had this game as a loss about 30 minutes ago, and then something just reminded me of Dirk Cutter. 2 weeks to prepare for UNLV. They will find a way to win this game. Ashton Genty, if you need to run the ball 34 times, 31 times, he's going to do it. I really expect this game to be a shootout. It's going to be fun. So yeah, 38-28. I think Boise State gets a couple stops late in the game to seal the deal.
Yeah, I think it's a great prediction. Thank you guys, for tuning in. Obviously, Boise State, huge team to follow the rest of the year.
Hey, I got one last thing on this.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on them getting a something above an 11 seed or, getting a first round bye potentially or working their way up in the rankings where they don't have to face an Ohio State or a Texas round 1, where they can maybe play a Notre Dame or a Tennessee?
Yeah, it's definitely, a good situation for them. I mean, yeah, obviously you're going to want the best seed. It's all about, that matchup going in that first, playoff game. Looking at it, I think UW got lucky that they, got to play Texas last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of what it comes down to.
I don't know if, the committee is going to respect them, but if Oregon keeps winning and Boise dominates, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I think the loss at Oregon looks even better. You got a Heisman candidate. Please, the playoff committee, East Coast bias, just put us. If we're the 11 seed or above, I think we can make noise. But you want to know what? If we play Penn State round 1, I think we could win that game. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
think we can. They're only teams I really don't think we could beat like confidently or like semi confidently is Oregon, Georgia, Oregon, it's hard to beat them twice. I mean, we had them on the ropes. I think they'll be ready. Georgia, Texas, and Ohio State. Texas is the one I'm not sure about. But yeah,
Yeah, those four look great.
yeah, those 4 have separated themselves.
Yeah.
Anyone else? BYU, Iowa State. I mean, they're on the ropes versus Oklahoma State and UCF.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think BSU could run the Big 12 right now. I think the
Yeah,
Big
like
12 is weak. That's my opinion.
yeah, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And go ahead and tune into YouTube for our predictions for this week. Thank
Yep.
you
Thank you,
again.
guys.
Like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.